Hi everybody, it's Christine Bertram and I'm coming to you live from the Hive with Tigger here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. He is officially sitting right behind me. I was squishing him a little bit and he just situated himself, so I'm not sitting on him, yay. So, hi Susan Bellamy. Hit the thumbs up, yes, thank you so much for that reminder. Somebody always puts that out there. I have to always get that reminder even though I'm the one doing the video. That's just how that goes. So, oh man, go to my channel, find it, and hit that thumbs up, you guys. All right, let's just stamp. Here we are. Okay. Oh, there he goes. So he's like, I've had enough of your butt sitting next to me. Oh gosh. Hi, Patty Wright. Hi, Hildy. Hi, Lynn Beasley and Sarah Mitchell. There's Donna Gushki already. Hi, Judy Sharp. It's a Monday afternoon, you guys. So we're here to do the Let's Just Stamp. Hi, Jenna Helms. We're here to do the Let's Just Stamp featuring Fruitful Blessings, you guys. I was upstairs. I didn't even change my shirt for you guys. I have an old Integration Point shirt that when I used to work at Mercury Marine, they were the software provider that Mercury ended up going with. And so I'm like, I always like this shirt. It's like, it feels good. It's nice and baggy. And do you guys have an old favorite shirt that you just love to wear all the time? Yeah, so I didn't change, you guys. You get me how I am. I've been working at it since yesterday morning. I finally feel like I'm a little bit caught up from the escape last week. My mom said to me, yesterday, gosh, it's a whole week ago that you were in the thick of the escape. And I'm like, hi, Sherry Martin. Hi, Penny Powell. And I'm like, yeah, I know, right? Isn't that crazy? Hi, Nedra. Hi, Dawn Avlet. It just goes so fast, you guys. I don't know about you, but my days just fly. And that's because I keep myself super busy. Oh, afternoon sunshine. You know, Penny, we actually don't have any sunshine here at the moment. It's been on and off, like a little bit of rainy, spotty rain, and then overcast. I was just looking outside what it looks like. Yeah, it's not that great out, but at least it's still warm out. It's not cold and windy and miserable. Like, we're starting to get into the fall days here because it's almost the end of September, and normally we can get that nasty cold coming through already. So, but yeah, a whole week ago we were in the thick of the escape, you guys, and it got me behind a little bit, like it always does. And I think back to the winter escape back in January, and the same thing happens because I don't stop doing certain things because of the escape. I continue to do everything normal. So we worked our butts off ahead of time to get as much done ahead. And then some things just get kind of left behind. And one of them was designing the Fun Folds class, you guys. And I'm so excited because that's what I kind of hold myself up and did this morning. I finished them. I had started them yesterday afternoon, and then I finished them this morning. I'm so excited. I'm going to share them with you. Are you excited? It's always fun seeing new cards. So the Fun Folds are done. And then the other thing I got caught up as of yesterday morning, I got caught up on emails for the most part. So if you guys had emailed me, I gotta go back through text messages. When I get texts and I don't have time to respond, I pin them to the top or I mark them as follow-up. So I still might have to go back and check on text messages, but I think I'm caught up on instant messages. I tried to check the Facebook business messages. You guys, messages come in all over the place. So it's always a crapshoot trying to make sure I get everybody responded to. So, hi, Sandy Wicklander. You got a gloomy day in North Dakota as well. Hi, Linda Kester. So, what we're going to do, I also have to share some updates with you guys. I have been helping a lot of demonstrators. So, you guys, I would have to say that if I had to put a percentage on the number of customers that are demonstrators that take classes from me, I would have to say 60% of my customer base are amazing demonstrators like me and you. And they made some changes to the demonstrator platform back in July, and it's been hosing some people up, especially if you want to order to get classes for free. So Dawn got her escape happy mail and her sampler. Yay, so excited to dig right into it. Okay, so speaking of that, you guys, I can't forget to tell you, I do have product shares that I can make up yet. So product shares, I have paper, ribbon, and embellishments. And so I should show you guys what it looks like. I have my sample one here that I can show you guys what it looks like. I should go grab it when I get up the next time. But the whole demonstrator website thing changed, and they basically were trying to make a single sign-on for a demonstrator so that you don't have a customer side of things to like log into and a demonstrator side. And so when a demonstrator, like I've had 3 people in the last 3 days reach out to me, and they're like, every time I go to try to place an order, it boots me out when I put my email address, your demonstrator email address in. It kicks out my cart, and I have to start over, and I can't get it, and it gets very frustrating. Hi, Mary Ellen Ryan. So it was going to take just a couple minutes because I know that Luann is going to be watching later, and I want her to see this. I know Sarah had this problem. We had Deanna had this problem. So you guys, those are my 3 gals that I can think of in the last maybe 36 hours, actually, since Saturday afternoon, that they're trying to order from me the minimum $45 to get the Fun Folds, or yeah, I think for the most part it was the Fun Folds class or them bones for free, and they'd rather place a small order through me and use the host code and then get the class for free. So it's kind of crazy how they switched it. So I want to take just a couple minutes because maybe you haven't tried this, and maybe you have a different demonstrator that you want to take a class from, and it's like, well, if you don't know, we don't know, right? So I thought I'm going to take a minute and show you guys how to toggle back and forth between the demonstrator view and the customer view. And what ends up happening is some of these demonstrators are just creating 2 email addresses. One email address goes on the demonstrator side and one email address they use for the customer side, and then they split them that way. Hi, Laura Sullivan from Swanton, Ohio for another week. So Laura, speaking of that, I sent your package to your new address. So I hope that was okay. You might have mail, your first happy mail. I sent it out on Thursday to the new address. I'm trying to remember what the city is. Yeah, but I had the new address. So, all right, you guys. So enlighten me for a little bit while I show you this, because it will help. Then I can refer people to watch this video right off the bat. In a moment, you guys, I promise you, we will be working on the Let's Just Stamp cards, and I'll show you, I promise, the Fun Folds cards. So for the StampinUp.com, what happens is you can still click the word here, right? So that was my website, right? Where you guys can see underneath my yellow shirt is where I always have the host code. And you can copy it by hard pressing on it and hit copy, or you can copy and paste this link into the browser, or you can always click the word here. And what's happening is people are clicking the word here, and it's taking you into the StampinUp.com website. But then when they go to log in with their username and password, it boots them out of the customer side, and then it empties their cart. So what you need to do is when you're logged in, it says, hi, Christine, or it would say, hi, Sarah, or hi, Laura, or hi, anybody, right? On this one right here, you have to go to where it says see customer view, right there, see customer view. And then when you hit that, it toggles you over to the customer side. And then you can go ahead and place an order. You would search for an item. 159276 is a staple. 276 is white paper. And you would add it to your cart like you normally. Oh my goodness, white is on low inventory. You better make some more soon. And add it to the cart. It's a good thing because the paper is made in Utah. All right, so then when you click on view cart, you can go to the spot here where it says demonstrator host code. You guys, in order to get free classes with me, you have to add the host code because your class is free with the minimum $45 order with adding the host code. And then what you can do is paste the host code in there. You click apply. A lot of people think that since they have me as the demonstrator selected and they don't have the host code, I'm still getting credit for it. But that's not how a free class works. Yes, I get credit for it, but the free class comes with adding the host code. Because what happens is I use the rewards from the host codes to help buy the supplies that I need to make the cards, and then you get the kits for free. So then what you would do is continue through here and hit checkout. So I'm still logged in as my Chris M. Bertram at msn.com because that's the email address I have linked to the demonstrator account. Okay, and then when you're ready to go back, you hit checkout. When you're ready to go back, you have to go back to where your name is. Hi, Christine, or hi, anybody. And you go back to return to demonstrator view. All right, so when you click return to demonstrator view, it takes you right back into here where, there's that, where this main thing is. So let's go back here. and that's then where you can toggle back to see customer view. All right, so it's see customer view, see demonstrator view. Now, some people don't want to deal with that, and they've created a second login. Yes, Laura, we did walk through it a little bit ago. Hi, Mary Lemke. Hi, Carmen Melendez. The site wouldn't let me use my email. Luckily, I had a second email. We had to use my second email to place translucent. Exactly. So this is the problem that Donna was having. And it's because of the toggling back and forth. So what Donna did in this example she just mentioned is she had a second email address. Some of us have 2 email addresses or more, and that's okay. They use a second email address to create the customer side of things, and then you don't have to worry about that whole toggling back and forth. So that's what it comes down to, is if you're a demonstrator and want to place an order with me, I appreciate you so much, because anybody who places an order with me has my highest respect and regards, because you're supporting me and my business. And I understand that you're making your choice to not purchase through yourself, but then you're also getting a free class from me. So it's kind of like, like you can pick and choose. And people ask me, well, what would you prefer? I'm like, I don't care as long as you're happy, right? As long as you're happy and you're getting what you want, which is either a free class or if you want to shop from yourself and get the discount and then buy the class from me, I'm okay with whatever, as long as you're happy. Hi, Becky. Hi, Karen Wetsign. And so I've had now in the last 2 days, I've had a few demonstrators that haven't ordered as a customer since the whole transition to the new website back in July. And so they don't know how to do it. And so I'm hopeful that you guys now can see that you can toggle back and forth, or it's raining and I'm just looking outside and Tigger's in the window, and hopefully I don't get stuff wet. Hopefully you can toggle back and forth. And if you don't have that, if that doesn't work so good for you and you just want to use a secondary email. So I have my christinembertram@gmail.com, and that's what I use on the customer side usually. Hi, Joe from Alabama. How much have I missed? We were just going over how to order as a demonstrator via the customer side of things. Hi, Judy Lightborn. Watching from Freeport, Bahamas. Wow, watching me live. So excited. Yay. Okay, well, we haven't gotten started yet, so we're just getting there. So, all right, so I've walked through, you guys, and I don't mind helping at all, right? So I called up Sarah yesterday. We talked through it it took us maybe 10, 15 minutes, and then like that, her order was in. And then I've got Gwen, who's calling me around 3:45 today, and I'm hopeful that maybe I can refer her to this video and she can watch this first part before. But you guys, if you need help and you're trying to place orders as a customer to get a class of mine for free, you definitely reach out. I do not mind helping one bit, okay? I am here to help you guys. So, and that goes to, you might be watching me and doing classes, and you might have a demonstrator trying to order from you, and now you can help them as well. Laura is a toggler. Yes. The only thing about the whole toggling back and forth is when you are trying to click on it from my website, the word here, when you do that and then you shop and add things to your cart, and then it asks you to sign in, it signs you in as a demonstrator, and your cart I don't know what happens if it disappears or what it is, but if you are a toggler, the best thing is to just copy my host code. And then once you toggle to the customer side, just enter the host code in and type it in or paste it in. So that should hopefully help. So, okay, yay to that. Okay, all right, let's flip back down because you guys were excited to see some new cards that are coming up. You guys, well, thank you. Hang on. First of all, thank you for your patience with the fun folds, you guys. We were talking about the escape I was really in the back of my head. I really thought to myself, oh, you might get a card or two designed during the escape, right? Nope, it never happens. I'm spending time with my gals that are here, and by the time the night kind of ends, I am fried and my head has no design mentality in it. And so I thought, oh, and then with catching up on emails, mailing all the boxes, having 5 or 6 classes last week, the designing didn't happen. So you guys, I did officially email out yesterday about the Fun Folds class, and I had cards under construction because I knew that I just needed you guys to know that I'm planning for it. I'm not doing it. And we talked last week that the kits are going to get mailed after the fact. This is very rare for me, you guys, but I know everybody understands for the most part that my helpers, I cannot spread them too thin. And Tammy just had knee surgery. Anna has 2 retro swaps, plus she's die cutting for translucent florals right now. And so the deal I made with you guys last week is we're not going to cancel the class. I'm going to get the cards designed. I'm going to get my helpers working on it, but they will ship out after the fact, okay? And a lot of you are going to get your retro cards mailed back, your retro swap cards mailed back. You're going to get the benefit cards mailed back, and we'll be able to ship the fun folds with either of those two things or something else that's coming up in the near future to save you guys some shipping. So, oh, you are watching me on Craft Roulette. Nice, very nice. I love Mary Gunn. She's a lot of fun. Yeah, so Jenna Helm says she finds it easier to sign in with 2 separate emails, one to shop as a customer and one as a demonstrator. Absolutely. So if you guys, that is my general consensus too. I hate toggling back and forth. I absolutely hate it. So it's not hard to get another email address. Honestly, if you have Gmail, Yahoo, you can get a free email address just by creating another account. And that's just it. You could create a second account, a second email address to create a customer account, and then keep your customer account with that email address and keep your primary one as your demonstrator one, and then just split them. It's so much easier. So, so Fun Folds, you guys, is still slated. It's actually October 5th is the online version of Fun Folds. I have it twice on the 4th. We have a 10 a.m. class and we have a 6 p.m. class. Most likely, we will be kitting these cards up on the 3rd, which is next Tuesday. So I gotta coordinate with my gals to have that done by Tuesday. And so I'm very hopeful that we're gonna be able to make that happen as long as I have them ready for my in-person peeps. And then what's gonna happen is they'll mail out shortly thereafter. And the benefit is that weekend, and the retro swaps will be mailed out that following week. So most likely, if you're doing one of those things, just know the cost is only $20 versus $24 for the Fun Fold. So yay. Okay, are you ready? Okay. So if you guys did the Creative Escape with me this last week, Jay Shante did a presentation on this illuminating card. And, oh man, I should go find a candle. I don't know if I can find a candle really easily fast. I don't know if I have one. So I'll have to look for one. So October 5th is the online version, and they will mail out the following, they'll mail out after class, most likely, you guys. So Jay Shante did a presentation. She originally got the presentation, I guess Gail Ellis had done it, and Gail Ellis is a demonstrator friend from Australia. And so this is the card, and it's illuminating, meaning you guys, and guess what? I'm providing everybody the battery-operated candles for this card as well. I have them in my cart from Amazon, and everybody who gets this class with me will get the candle to go with your card. So yay to that. Okay, so when you have it, so this is a Fun Folds class, so all of them have Fun Folds. So what happens is there's a candle that will be back here that illuminates, right? So it's an illuminating card. And it says, celebrating the magic of the season. And everything, when you get a class from me, all the die cutting is done, the embossing is done, and for this one, all you need would be a sentiment that gets stamped on this long skinny strip, and otherwise all of that die cutting is going to be done. So isn't that pretty cool? So, and also you guys, I'm using some of that new glitter paper that's part of the online store. It's self-adhesive, so it's got like a backing on it that you peel off, and you just stick it right onto here, and that's perfect. So exciting. All right, so that's card number 1. That was first, and then it's still a traditional A2 size card. And then the second one I made, I totally cased Feline Mays from Oregon. So she made a card here, you guys. She participated in the Fun Fold swap, and she made this little guy, and it actually fits a little candy bar like that. And her number was 27 for the voting. So that's why that was there. And I loved it. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a great Fun Fold idea. And I had forgotten that the mini pocket dies were still in the online store. And so they're still a current item. And then this was Feline's card. And then I cased it and made this card. And I'm excited to say that I have in my Amazon cart, I'm getting grape Laffy Taffy that will fit right in here and will be an accent to this card. So you'll get the candy to go with this card as well. And so my guy opens, so pretend there's a little grape Laffy Taffy in there, glow-in-the-dark paper, and then we got some glow-in-the-dark ghosts and bats. And then when you open it up, it's got trick or treat. I got to stamp the little baby ghost in there yet, but I was just happy to get it this far. So, all right, so you guys, so again, you'll get a little candy from me also to put in there. So you've got a trick or treat card. Very nice. So thank you to Feline Mays for your inspiration. I really needed it in my time of need here, like getting my fun folds designed. And so just kind of cased her layout and changed stuff up a little bit. And so that's your fun fold number 2. All right, and then I cased Sherry Everett's card here. So Sherry Everett made this card right here. Thanks, Lynn Beasley. So hi, Deanna Stell. Okay, so I don't know what the name of this is, but this opens like this. And this is Sherry Everett. She used the Modern Garden stamp set, Modern Garden DSP. So I totally cased her layout, but changed it all up. And then when you open this up, it's got that on the inside of her card. And there's a certain way that you lay this down, and then this kind of tucks back in here. All right, so I cased that card and came up with this one. I was so excited to start using some of that new Christmas paper that's in the online store. And so this is going to be one version. There's 3 different versions for this card, and it all depends because we're using, this is a 6x6 piece, and you guys are all gonna get a 6x6 piece. I'll score a couple things on it, but then I'm gonna teach you how to fold like this. And this also opens up like this. Oh, I don't have my piece of paper in the inside. It's gonna have a white piece in the inside, and it's gonna have a sentiment. And I'm gonna teach you guys how to fold this so that you also can make a pinwheel card maybe. So that kind of tucks right in there. And then like this red pattern, there's different red patterns of designer paper. This is from that Shining Brightly. And this also will open up like this. And then we'll have some embossing done. And then the back looks like that. So there's your number 3 fun folds. All right. And then that goes just like that. Got some embellishments on there. I couldn't find a spot where to tuck some ribbon. So on Sherry's, she made a bow off to the side here, but I couldn't find a good ribbon that I wanted on here. Joe, do you live in the Bahamas, or are you just on vacation in the Bahamas? So the Christmas card class is mailed to people in the United States. But once I'm done with class, I do have a PDF tutorial that I put in my online store that you could purchase the tutorial, and that could be internationally. Okay, so that's number 3. So thank you to Sherry Everett for her amazing inspiration with her card. And then lastly, you guys, I made this one. And now I don't know whose this was, but I want to guess. It might be Deb Norman's. I could be wrong. So if this is your card, don't hesitate to reach out. But this was a swap card that I got back about a year ago. Not even a year, maybe sometime back in January or December when we had the new mini catalog. And I'm like, okay, we're definitely doing this one because I haven't done a fun folds like this for class yet. And I used some of that St. Nicholas designer series paper for this one and swapped it out with so it's the same fold, but different papers, right? So that's a green and red DSP here, and then open it up and it looks like this. And so you'll have this piece already embossed for you. You'll have a vanilla piece here to stamp a sentiment on. And I do recall in the past, I asked you guys about, can you do your own cutting? And so you will get a piece of cherry cobbler card base, and you guys are going to have to cut these off. I'm making 84 for this class, and I am not going to cut off 84 triangles for people. I feel like I'm going to teach you guys how to make this card yourself, and I'll provide you the base, and you can cut off the corners. And so, honestly, all you do is you go to the middle here, and you cut from the score to the middle and cut that off. So there you go. You do live in the Bahamas. Oh man, Judy. Oh, Judy lives in the Bahamas. Hang on. Judy, you guys, you tricked me. I remember the J's. And so Judy lives in the Bahamas. And Joe, I can't remember. You're from Alabama. Oh, perfect. So Joe, I can help you, girlfriend. But so sorry to Judy. She's in the Bahamas. So Joe, this class was $18. In person or with porch pickup. Otherwise, it's an extra $6 to mail it. And so that makes the class $24. And you get 4 card kits, and you get all the materials to make the cards. Now, if you want to get the class for free, all you do is you go to my online store, which is at stampinup.com, and put in the host code here. You have to put in a current host code. And thanks, Laura. So Judy, I'm so happy you corrected me that you live in the Bahamas. I remembered the J's. If you are ever wondering how to find the current host code, if this is for Joe, if she wants to place an order, just come to the picture of me on my yellow shirt, and there's always a host code there, and that's always at cardsbychrisb.com. All right, so this class is free with a minimum $45 order using my current host code. So thank you to my inspiration from my swap cards. You guys helped a girl out here. So this is officially the Fun Folds card class right here. So, whew, okay, we got that shared with you guys. Very nice. Okay, so let me move these out of the way. And then we're almost ready to get started here on our Let's Just Stamp. But let me show you the product share. Just 1 second. So every new catalog, I do a product share, like some other demonstrators do. It helps get you a sampling of all the different things. Hi, Sharon Roosh. You love the Fun Fold. So glad you already signed up. Yay, I'm so glad you did too. So Judy always watches, but she never catches me live. Well, yay, I'm so happy I can actually talk to you. Okay, so product shares. There's paper and more. There's ribbons galore. And there's embellishments, oh my. So this is my sample that I use to show you guys. And I believe that we can do one more embellishment. And so you get a sampling of all of the new embellishments in the new holiday mini catalog. So pretty, nice sampling. And then a sampling of all the ribbon. So you get a yard, and then you get 2 yards of each one of these. And so that's the ribbon share. So all the new ribbon here. And then you get a sampling of all the paper stuff that's in the catalog too. Well, not all of it. We're not doing the Berry Christmas card pack, but you get like 2 of the little envelopes for the gift cards. And you get the Berry Christmas note cards here. So there's 2, one in blue and one in red. You get 2 of the gold brushed ones. You get a nested treat box. Well, actually 2 nested treat boxes. And then the rest of this is a 6x6 of all of everything else. Connie, I'm so glad you signed up for it too. Yay. So you have the All About Autumn. You have the Berry Christmas, I'll Walk in the Forest, Joy of Christmas, Merry Bold and Bright. You have the Winter Magic Meadow one, Starry Night or Holy Night one, the Halloween, Shining Brightly, the snowflake one, the melon mambo and granny apple foils. Then there's that foil, I can't remember the name, oxidized copper, garden walk, and then a glow in the dark sheet. So if anybody is interested in signing up for the product shares, reach out to me. I think it goes like this though, and we can get you signed up. If you're looking for, oh, Becky, I'll watch for your message. If you're looking for, let's put these like this. If you're looking for the pricing on it, you go to my calendar of events at cardsbychrisb.com and go to September 1st. If you purchase the paper, the ribbon, and an embellishment as the whole thing, you get a free class from me as well. But I have limited supply here. So if you go to the calendar of events, you guys, and go to September 1st, product share information right there. That's where you can find all the details on papers and more, ribbons, and then embellishments. All right, so that's where you can find out all the details on this. I also do have, you guys, I think 4 DSP samplers left. The sampler shows the little color swatches of all of the different DSPs and specialty papers. And so I do have 4 left of those, okay? So I know when I asked you guys for my help with forecasting, I remember it was, do I go with 72 or do I go with 60? Well, because of you guys helping me decide to go with 72, 8 more people were able to get it. And now I have 4 left. So it was like in the middle. So I'm really hopeful that in the next few weeks too, if I show it a little bit more, if anybody's looking for that DSP sampler. And if you want me to, if you don't know what I'm talking about, just mention it in here and I'll go grab it really quick when I get up to go get something. I'll show you guys what the DSP sampler is, but I have 4 left. Okay. So let's just stamp, you guys. We're on rocking and rolling and ready to go here. So let's just stamp. Diane Bogenhagen and I designed the cards. She taught this class already back on September 5th. Wow, it feels like many moons ago, but it's only like probably a moon ago. And now she's off in Scotland, going around the countryside, doing lots of amazing things. And I had moved the online class out to now because of the escape. And so this is the card class that's kind of geared towards beginners, but all are welcome to take the class. We try not to do die cutting. We try not to do embossing. We try to keep it so that all you need is a stamp set. And so this one, you can see I need to find some more blocks, but we're just going to swap them out. It's called Fruitful Blessings is what we used. We picked this one because it has 3 focal images, and then it actually has 3 different sentiments. And so we like to find stamp sets that if you are new to stamping or you don't necessarily have a lot and you need to make a small purchase, it's like 1 stamp set and some ink is what you need to complete these cards. Now, I was looking on here, and Karen, I forgot to put it in the tutorial, and I'm sure you didn't know it either. But you guys, I sent the tutorial out yesterday to everybody. I forgot to list Quiet Meadow. We use these splotchy things on this card right here. And so I will add that to the tutorial, and then I'll email it back out to everybody. And I do have maybe like 7 left of this class. I think we're going to save that one for last. We're going to do this one second last. We're going to start with this one because this is more summery yet. We're going to make this one first. I have to go get the class sign-up sheets, you guys. I have to do roll call. I completely forgot to grab them. They're over there. Oh, Lucille would like, oh, Luann. Oh, that's right. Lucille, you're Luann. I think now that I see it, I will put that into my memory bank. So yes, perfect. We will get you signed up for a DSP sampler. All right, so you guys, we're going to flip this back down, and I'm going to go get my roll call list here. So in case you guys are wondering what this DSP sampler that Luann just signed up for, Sherry wants the fun folds, yay! These cards right here feature the garden walk paper, and so this is a sampler. You would get the sampler portion here. So like this is a walk in the forest. You get all the little 2x2s and this size on the side here. And then it's for every new DSP or designer series paper. So this is garden walk. And so we use this color one here, and then we pulled in this, that one and this, and then we use the stripes. Now, Diane and I got smart, and the other sheets from this garden walk are what we feature in next month's Let's Just Stamp. So these are for the rustic crate, or this is Let's Just Stamp. I think it's rustic crate. So then like this green piece right here is that one. And then this is rustic crate, card number 2. It features that one. And then lastly is this guy, and that features this diagonal one here and that. So between this Let's Just Stamp and the Let's Just Stamp for September, we used all of the different patterns from this this pack of designer paper. So yay. Oh, Joe wants the fun folds, yay. So Joe, what I would recommend you do, and anybody else that hasn't gotten a class from me in the past yet, go into either text me, and don't forget to tell me your name, you guys. I get so many texts that people sign up and I have no idea who they are and they don't put their name. And so to make sure to leave me your name if you're gonna text me, otherwise email me and let me know that you wanna sign up. So perfect. Laura says, I sent a message for the fun folds. Perfect. Okay, cool. All right. Hi, Mitzi Stanley. All right, so we're just gonna do roll call. So you guys, when I do my classes via YouTube Live with you, they are free for you. Like, I do this because I enjoy sharing with you, and I tailor the cards, or the class, more to the people who are taking the class, but anybody is welcome to watch it. So just know that I like to do roll call, just to say a big thank you to those people that either purchased from me and used the host code to get the class for free, or they paid for the kits, right? This is why I'm able to do the classes, because I have people who take card classes with me and get kits and buy products or buy the kits. So thank you to them. And I always like to take time to give them the appreciation and recognition for taking the class with me. So we're gonna do a little bit of roll call. So first on the list here is Julie Bierschbach, and then Karen Wetstein, Jenna Helms, Debbie Gast, Vicki Rodriguez, Donna Grushke, Angela Knutson, Karen Woods, Angelique McClendon, Joanne Kahn, Jeannie Parker, Shirley Malarkey, Sherry Everett, Sandy Wicklander, Mary Lemke, Bonnie Kemen, Carla Lake, Nedra Dover, Kate Race, Laura Sullivan, Susan Bellamy, Deanna Stell, Christina Bernards, Lynn Beasley, Cindy Runtry, Lori Baxter, Jenny Knutson, Vera Anderson, Mary Milliner, Mary's very first class. She purchased a product share from me, and she let me pick which class. And I had some of this one left, and so I thought this might be a good class for her to get as her first one. So welcome, Mary, for your first class. Patty Wright, Anna Schaffer, Marcia Dean, and Amy Ponce. And that leaves, I have 7 more. So if you guys are watching this later in life, and you're like, oh man, I wish I would have gotten that class, most likely you'll find it in my past available classes. And this class is free with a $45 order with the host code, or you could purchase it. It's a $15 class because it's 3 cards. If you need it mailed to you though, it's extra for postage. If we can ship it with something else, it's just $2 extra for postage. And if we ship it by itself, it's $6. And so, yay, okay. All right, so we did our little bit of roll call. So thank you to everybody who's taking this class with me. I so greatly appreciate your support. Okay, all right, so we are going to be doing this card first, which is this guy right here. Lots of you gals are here. I love it. All right, and if you guys just know, if you can't make the actual time that I'm doing a class, you can always watch the replay when it's convenient for you. So this card features boho blue with calypso coral and a little bit of vellum and some basic white. And when you get a class from me, everything comes in an envelope. So all your bits and parts, anything you need is in either a white envelope or a vanilla envelope. And all you have to do is take everything out and just be careful not to lose your bits and parts, because you'll find your gems are in there, your ribbon is in there, everything you need is in there. So as I'm going through my pieces here, I'm just going to share with you what I have. This is some jute. It's a boho blue. The jute comes with the in color colors. And so boho blue is one of the in colors. So I think it was Annette Rollin that taught me this. This is called an overhand knot. So in my instructions, when I say make an overhand knot, you're just going to take the 2 tails and kind of wind them into each other and make a little knot. So you're just going to make that, and that just knots it in the middle. And now we've got that ready to put on our floral arrangement down here. You have a piece of calypso coral, which helps to bring your pattern paper together. Otherwise, you would see a seam. So that kind of goes in the middle. And then we have 2 pieces of designer paper. Now, that designer paper, you guys, is 6 by 6. To look for it in the catalog, it's in this little mini like this. And you might have looked over it, because I'll be honest with you, it probably wasn't my favorite out of all the designer paper. Oh, it's probably my least favorite, if I have to be completely 100% honest with you guys. You know, you always got to like something the most and always got to like something the least, right? And I get it. So, like, this is probably my least loved suite out of everything. And that's okay, right? But it might be somebody's favorite suite. I do love the pearls in here are pretty. The calypso coral ribbon's great. You know, the punch is great. The stamps, I'm like, I have so many flowers, you guys, right? I mean, if you're probably feeling the same way I am, like, I got a lot of flowers. Linda got her Happy Meal and she ate the cookies. You guys are loving my mom's cookies. Some of you, she did different batches, but they're double chocolate. So white chocolate with chocolate. Some of you got butterscotch too, I think. So they were so good. So the paper though, like, it doesn't mix and match nice with each other, but when you use it like singly, or there were certain patterns that did marry up well together, like this one right here, like those 2 patterns went good and they're perfect. I'm good with it. So here we designed 2 classes using this designer paper. And so it spoke to me after we started working with it, but at first glance, I completely overlooked it. But because it's 6 by 6, hi Marsha Long, it's 6 by 6. You have to be very conscientious of how we cut the paper, right? So 2 by 4 is a perfect size because you get 4 of them out of a 6 by 6. And so when you have it like this, you're like, oh man, what do you do in the middle? Well, you take a complementary color and you're gonna put it right over it, right? And no one will ever know that it's like just barely enough. All right, then you guys will have here for our inside is a coral and a white. Now, I'll tell you, when we designed this card originally, we originally did not have the boho blue mat on here, and we added it after the fact. And so I don't even have in my kit here, I don't even have the boho blue piece because we made up my kit here. So I gotta cut it actually. I just realized that it was added as an after fact, 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. So let me grab my paper trimmer here. And we're gonna cut this really quick just because we don't have it. I know you guys have it because we kitted it up. and I cut it as part of your kit, but I'm gonna cut that really quick. There we go. So now we're back on track. So you should have this piece of boho blue, which goes over the top. You have a 2 3/8 inch vellum circle. Thank you to you guys, Karen Wetstein. She took one for the team on this, you guys. She cut all of the designer paper and she helped punch these guys. She helped cut all these little pieces for us so that you guys had them in your kits. This is the white herringbone ribbon, and so that will be a part of that. And then we also have a piece of Calypso coral for the top. The other thing you guys got in your kit that I'm seeing that I didn't put in this kit is a scrap, a piece of white scrap. So we'll see how many things I missed in my kit. So we just need a piece of scrap paper for the flowers that we're going to work with. Okay, so you guys, when you get a kit from me, I don't burnish your edges. So you saw I took a bone folder and I kind of just burnished the edges of that so that it's nice and crisp. So we've got a lot of stuff going on here. So why don't we get a little bit glue happy? I know some people might tell you, do all your stamping first. Some might say, well, it's okay. You know, so really you guys, you can assemble cards however you want to. Just know that if you get glue happy and ribbon needs to go get put down and you glue it down, that you're gonna have to figure out something else to do. But I like to get rid of some of the pieces I have in front of me or make them so that they're less pieces. So this first piece of designer paper goes at the bottom, and then this one goes at the top. Now, when you're looking at this, just know part of this gets covered up. So I think I'm going to cover up that part right here versus putting that to the top and covering up some of that stuff. So kind of be conscientious of that. But that goes like this. And you want to keep the same margin on the ends here, and then the top and the bottom. And then this guy kind of goes right over the top. I did notice sometimes my trimmer leaves a little hair on that corner, but it goes right. It just barely fits over the top of that. All right, so let's get that centered. Make sure it's not crooked, right? So bring that. And now if for any reason that coral piece here hangs over the edge, you guys, that just means that you just got to trim off the edge. And all you would do is just flip this over and trim it. I'd rather have this piece be too long than it be too short, because then you'll see that it's too short. All right, then we're going to grab our tear-in tape, and we're going to make our tear-in tape sandwich with our ribbon. Many moons ago, I used to only put double-sided tape one on the back, and after a while, sometimes adhesive loses its stickiness. So I always do a piece underneath of tear-in tape and then a piece over the top. So I put the tape on the back. You guys saw me do that. Now I like to hold the ribbon in front of me. I'm actually looking at it to make sure it's straight. And once I see it's where I want it, I just flip the tail over and it'll catch where that tear-in tape is. And then I put this other one over the top. And now it's sandwiched in there really good. It's not gonna fall out later in life on anybody. And then what we can do is grab the liquid glue again, and then this will go right onto our card front here. So this is boho and coral. Great color combination. I would not have put them together, except for this top piece of designer paper had the coral. Flirty would have looked good with this too, but we went with that. All right, then we have these two pieces. I don't know why we can't just put these down and move on from them. And we're gonna grab the glue scissors. You guys, when you get to the end of your dimensionals, do not fear, just use these up. I've seen people throw them away. They work perfectly fine. They just are a different shape than what they normally come as, and you can definitely just cut them to the size and then use them. All right, now I do have this centered pretty much. If you do like things a little bit higher, you could always move it up a little bit higher. I guess it's how you want to see it. I'm going to go a little bit more to the right than to the left and set it right about there. Okay, and then for our vellum. If you use liquid glue on the back of the vellum, it's going to get crunchy or like curvy, because with a liquid glue on vellum, it kind of, the water soaks into the paper. So what you could do if you don't want that to happen is just take a couple pieces of tear-in tape like this and keep them more in the middle though, because you don't want glue to be seen where the flower isn't, and you see it through it. So now this just gets centered on the boho blue piece, and what I mean is you can see that that tear and tape is there. So you want to avoid putting any kind of adhesive around the edge. Okay, now we have this piece left for our big flower, and we have our little sentiment. And then on the inside, we've got that doohickey. So we're gonna do this one first and grab our big flower. Now I chose gray granite. If you have smoky slate, if you have basic gray, you could even use memento if you really wanted to. It's whatever you want. Now, this is a big E-block. Some people find it easier to hold the ink pad like this, and then it's like upside down stamping, like that works. Because the ink pad is just slightly smaller than the E-block. Now I'll just put this on here like that. And then we're gonna get a little block for the hello you called. Is it me you're looking for? Like Adele. And grab a little scratch paper. You guys, this is marinating. That's why that's still there. Good. All right. And then practice with your hello. See if it's straight on your block. Oh, that's not so bad. Okay. Okay. Now grab it. And now to put this on here, it's really hard to see the outline. So it's good to have a different color behind so that you can see, and go for it. Okay, don't like it. So I'm gonna try to remember what I did and do what I need to do to make it a little bit more to the right. There it is. Okay, so you have two sides to every piece of paper usually. And so I like to re-stamp it if I don't like the first time. And then I always stamp off so that you keep some of the ink out of the chamois when you go to clean it. Okay, so those are ready to get cleaned. We'll set them off there. Now then this guy is left, that stemmy thing, and that will go on the inside. And this has a curve of like this to me. So normally I put things on the right bottom corner, but this one, I have a tendency, I want it to go up the left side of the paper. And so we're just gonna stamp that like this. And you could make this a birthday card. Like, let's say you don't have this Fruitful Blessings. You guys got a scratch piece of paper. Do you have other flowers at home? Do you have anything else at home that you could stamp on your scratch piece of paper and then put as the focal part here? So you guys, this is where I can't wait to see. I do my class card challenge. It's a featured post in my page. Post the cards that you make. I'm curious what you guys are using. And maybe you guys can just post it in here. What are you guys using if you don't have Fruitful Blessings, right? So we're just going to do a little bit of glue here. So Marcia Long, she said, holy moly, I didn't know you were on. Yes, Let's Just Stamp is usually Mondays. It's usually last Monday, like the third Monday, or even sometimes the second Monday. But you guys, we saved it for the last Monday because the escape was in the middle. So I didn't want to overextend myself early in the month, and I already did. I know I did, but it's okay. We're coming out of it. We're coming up for air, you guys. So that just goes in the middle. So we've got that and that. Now, colored pencils, blends, whatever you want to use to color. You guys, it's your call. If you have the old version of the colored pencils, they looked like that, and then they rebranded them, and they look like this. The colors that we are using, I'm pretty sure are coral. Coral is this one. And we need daffodil. So I believe there's daffodil. The coral's on the end here. There, oh, that's real red. This must be coral. Yep, coral. And then there's a blue. So, and Deanne stamped ahead. Yes, you did, Deanne. So Deanne was here for the escape, and she went and grabbed my stamps from the back, and she stamped them to look exactly like mine. So Deanne actually used Fruitful Blessings. So what they changed, you guys, from this one, in case you're wondering, if you have this old version, they no longer call it Pacific Point. They just now call it blue. So I think they're probably the same. And then, could be wrong, just saying, they added fresh freesia and pecan pie. And they took out Bermuda Bay and I don't know, white. Nope, they got white and black, gray, early espresso, melon mambo. Oh, rich raspberry. They took out Rich Raspberry and Bermuda Bay because those two colors retired. Well, and Pacific Point did as well. And what they did is just changed it to blue. So I think then the other color that we're going to use here, we wrote it down. We just wrote, you guys, we just wrote colored pencils. Granny Apple would be my first choice on this, if there is a Granny, and that's in this one. I wouldn't use Old Olive, just because I feel like it's more of a mix between Garden Green and Granny Apple. We're going to mix these two greens together, and we can do that with colored pencils. We can mix them. All right, you guys are going to want to get something like a silicone mat or some pad underneath to help with your coloring. I do not have the magic of TV. You guys get to watch me color. Yay! In case you've never used colored pencils before, they're definitely fun. You don't have to be so crazy about making sure you have it exactly the way you want it, because we do go later on and we blend with what's called a blender pen. So the main thing is just not to miss anything. So like there's yellow, yellow, yellow. So we're good there. And then we're gonna do coral. And we're gonna make our little berries up here to be the coral color. And you can go darker and lighter. Deanne's better late than never, yay. You can go dark and light, right? So you can get different colors out of one colored pencil. And so you guys, I'm a scribbler. I don't know if you can hear this too, but listen. I'm a scribbler, so, and I'm not the best of the colors in the world, and I know I want that darker in the middle, and same thing here. I want this darker here, so I'm pressing really hard right here on this, as hard as I can without breaking the pencil tip. Okay. Okay, so now we gotta go back and do our little bit more fine tuning, and don't worry about these streaky pencil lines, you guys. I'm going to show you, we're going to get rid of them when we do our blending. Just try not to go outside of the edge of the actual stamped image. That might be the best thing to try to avoid to do. And I kind of twist the paper as I need to not go out, because otherwise if I have to go side by side, I might go out of the lines. So, all right, so we've got that one done as much as I want to do it. Then we're going to touch this guy up and get, so I'm going lighter around the edges. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, you can kind of see that. All right, and don't worry again about these little scratchy pencil lines. We'll make them disappear soon. All right, so there's the coral. Then we're gonna do blue 42, blue 42. We're gonna do a little bit of blue action on these blue flowers. They're a nice little cornflower, I don't know, something like that. So we're gonna do blue 42 here. And then we've got our green, got green left. So I think what I'm going to do is sharpen my pencil, because it's really nice to have a sharp pencil when you're going to color. And I lost my Mary Kay, I used to have 20 years ago, one of those little pink Mary Kay eyeliner pencil sharpeners. I've lost it. I have no idea where it went. So I had to go onto Amazon, and I actually did buy some of these pencil sharpeners. They were like 4 of them for $5. And so that's where I got these. So it's nice to have a pencil sharpener on hand, because then you can make a nice little pointy tip. So that's perfect. All right. And then that stays in there. All right. So I'm going to do on the vein area a little bit darker of my garden green. Just like that. Again, I'm not paying that close of attention to if I'm doing a lot or a little. Just trying to get a little bit of green in that middle area. And now this one, really dark. And now I'm just going to do my scratchy. Okay. Now let's just see if this Granny Apple, no, we don't use Granny Apple. We're going to stick right with, and that's okay, you guys. I've got a little bit of Granny Apple in there. No one's going to ever know that's there. I'm going to continue with my garden green and just go really lightly now everywhere else. And I think that's what we did on that one. And now just really lightly everywhere else. So again, this is just garden green. We're not doing, oh, there's a little guy back there. Almost forgot him. Oh, there's another one. You guys, they hide. And you miss them on that first brown, but then you see them later on. Okay, so we're going to continue. That guy's good. All right, and then one more over here. All right. Okay, so we've got that color. Now, this is the before, right? You can see it's like, oh, it's not that great, right? But that's where the blender pen comes in. That is the magic. And where do I have my blender pen? One moment, please. It's not in where it's normally at. Hang on. Okay. I had it in my toolbox. So these come in a pack of 3 for $12, I believe. They are officially called blender pen, right? That's it right there. There's 2 sides. They basically have a solution in them. And hi, Mary Schreiber. And you want to stay within a color. So we're going to go with the yellow first. To me, yellow is the lightest one. You don't want to mix anything in with the yellow. And I always test it to make sure I don't have any color in here, that whoever used it before me or me didn't leave color in. And so this is where the magic happens. So you just kind of lightly go over the yellow area. And when you do that, it really blends it out. It kind of highlighted it. But now you got to get the yellow out because you definitely don't want the yellowness in with your other colors. All right, so you see that? It kind of just like disappeared. Then I'm going to do the blue, I think. And so you want to be careful though, because we didn't use a permanent ink. We used a water-based ink. So if you keep going over the same area over and over, your paper is actually going to get pilly or matty. So you do want to be careful with that. Okay, but you see here, it really smoothed out. I wonder if I should even go just a little bit closer. So it smooths this out. Don't hit the yellow though, because yellow and blue isn't going to be a good combination, but there. So our flowers really smoothed out there. Now you got to get rid of the blue. And what are we going to do next? I think we're going to do, oh, there's a leaf over here, you guys. There's a leaf right there. Huh. All right, when you think you have them all, you find another one. Now we're going to do the coral. All right, so we'll start with our little balls up here. Just softly smooth them out. And then just start blending these guys. And now don't keep going over the same area. Just try to get it on the first time, get it really good. And it just smooths out. Now if you didn't get all the way to the edge, now you can bring that color out to the edge. See that? That's very cool. And then this guy right here, just bring that out. Now if you have your mental picture of the before, wait till you see the after. It will look a lot smoother and a lot nicer. All right, so far so good. And then wipe it out. You guys see I'm using the same blender pen for each one of these. Now the green. Now the green is what looks like scrappiest to me. And so this is gonna look super cool when you get the green done. So where you have it a little bit darker in the middle, hopefully it stays a little bit darker, and then the green lighter on the edges here. There's one there, that little guy we almost missed. All right, and then the big daddy leaf here. This one's going to be the coolest one to watch transform from what looks all pencil streaky to softness here. And I got to get this other side over here. You see that granny apple? It's okay, because that part of the leaf didn't get as much nutrients or nourishment, so it's kind of like missing its chlorophyll or whatever. You know, it needs to produce more, and it needs some egg juice. All right. Perfect. Do you see how that turned out, you guys? I think that's pretty nice. I'm good with that. So make sure the best thing is to always wipe out, you guys. Wipe out that marker every time. You probably weren't seeing me doing that, but I was wiping that out. And those are the colors we used. Daffodil blue, garden green, and calypsos of the corals. All right, so we'll leave that stuff over there. Now, because this is Let's Just Stamp, technically we don't use dyes, right? Because we don't want to like pretend everybody that's just starting off stamping has die cutting machine. So you technically could go and cut around this, right? But I will tell you, we did pick a set that is actually a bundle, and it is a bundle because it has dies like this, okay? So you're lucky if you have this. You could die cut this out. And you guys, I'm not going to go fussy cutting for you. I'm actually going to take advantage of the die cutting because it just shows you how much it's just so efficient to have the machine. Now, if you don't and you have the stamp set, you could take your scissors and definitely, we call it fussy cutting. You just go around and fussy cut. It's not just using a scissors. It's a scientific way of saying just use your scissors and cut it out. Fussy cut. And then you guys, I'm going to grab some of this low tack artist tape. It's honestly, it's like a Post-it note is what it is. It's got a low tack so it doesn't rip your paper. And I'm just going to eyeball where this needs to go. Now you do want to be very careful. I want to get more of my tape on the outside to hold it here so that it doesn't accidentally get too stuck on my flowery part. Flower. All right, and then we're gonna roll this through. Look at this boho blue mini matching our card, all sweet and stuff. All right. All right, so there's that. So for those that are just getting started off, the mini does come in handy. It's really a little baby, and it can do up to 3 inches. So with that. Now, some people go straight from the mini straight to the big boy, the boss, and use that if it's like up to 6 inches. Now, I'm really careful when I pull this off because I don't want to accidentally rip anything. And now we've got that done. Boom. All right. Then what we're going to do is use our dimensionals. And I have these cut, and I like to do some at the top here, and I'm going to do it flat at the bottom. So we're just going to do one there. Yeah, let's just use that up right there. All right, so then this. Pick these all off. Find a spot to plant this guy right here. Now, I will say, in looking at it, there are these dark green leaves here. They're more like a shaded spruce color, and there isn't a colored pencil for shaded spruce, but if you used your blends, you could have colored the leaves to match that green better, but I don't know. I liked the brighter green here. So you want to see some of that vellum coming out. And then we have this little guy here. That's going to get popped up. Look at this. Use this up here. Or use these on our little tag or our little sentiment strip here. And, oh, I did forget to put adhesive down here. I was thinking I was going to put a glue dot down here. So I'm just going to put a glue dot right there. Perfect. And that'll help plant him solid. And then little hello friend. I know it's going to say it covers up that blue flower just a little bit, but there's that. Now the only problem is that this is going at a diagonal because this blue is popped up. So technically what I'm going to do is grab one more, and we're going to do a double stuff on this side over here. That part that overhangs right there, because that'll keep that flat for us. So it goes smooth this way now. All right, and then a little glue dot to put on our little jute overhand knot right down here. So this one has 2 ribbons on it, you guys. It has the jute and it has the white. And then that goes right there. Grab your ribbon scissors and trim off the tails. Make that one just a little bit shorter. Perfect. Get your mess in the garbage. All right, so this one, you guys. So the blossoming, I always call them blossoming pearls, but I think they're actually called blooming pearls. And that's what it says on the back here. Yep, blooming pearls. They come with 4 different colors. And so we designed this class to use the pink, the peacock, and the gold. And then the more olive green ones got used with the monthly card that we did last week. And so you can grab, you guys should have some pink ones in your kit. You'll have 2 big and a small. And so what you can use is a big and a small on the side here. And then you can use the opposite one right there. And there we have that. Stella is a girl's best friend. And usually we can find a spot to put her. You could definitely Stella the edging here of your boho blue mat. You could Stella any of these flowers up here. If you Stella on the vellum, it might make it want to crinkle or warp, so you might avoid the vellum. You could always Stella your ribbon on the sides here, and some of your flowers up here too. So different ways that you can add a little bit of sparkle. The person who receives it generally sees it, but it's hard to see it in the camera. So there's that guy right there. Whew, you guys, we got one done. Oh, how was that? Very pretty. Laura says very pretty. Good, good. So there's card number 1. All right, we're going to set that one right here for now. And we'll cruise right into number 2. This one is next. So this one we were thinking a partridge in a pear tree. So the yellows and the greeny, like this wild wheat has got this greenish to it. This could be a Christmas card or a Thanksgiving card. If I had to pick one pattern out of that whole garden walk paper that is my favorite pattern, it would definitely be this pattern right here. I love the floral, like the size of the flowers, and I like the red with the green. And we had a really hard time with the wild wheat because a lot of people think it looks like calf poo or like baby poo. But when you mix it with the right things, like Stampin' Up! Put it together on this piece of paper, like the designer paper. So it's like, okay, well, that's what the colors we're going to pull in. So that's how we ended up with these colors for this. And this one, you guys, is a different kind of a fold. It actually has an arm. So I refer to this piece right here as the arm because it lifts up. So in the instructions, you guys, the PDF, that's what the arm is, this guy. So this is just wild wheat. You're going to have to burnish it so it's nice and crisp. So that's over here. You'll have 2 pieces of designer paper, and they may or may not go together, and it really doesn't matter if they do or they don't because they're not next to each other. So you have here your real red base, and the bigger, wider one goes, oh, but my flowers do go this way. I noticed that that's going like that, so I want to make sure that that's facing that way. And I'm going to put that one like that. So this red is just a traditional 5.5 by 4.25. And then you should have a bow. You guys already made your bows for you, but I'm going to show you how to make a bow if you're not familiar with how to make a bow. And then you'll have 2 reds and 2 vanillas like this. One sets for the outside and one sets for the inside. And then you'll have a scrap of vanilla, and that is for your pears. And let's see what I have here. Is that big enough? Yes, that's big enough. I was not very good at putting my scraps in for the sets here. There we go. So that'll work for that. All right. Very nice. So let's get going here. We're done with this guy. So let's get him cleaned up. We need some blocks here. Penny Powell loves it. Good. So this card is great. Like, so let's say you need a Christmas card. Definitely the whole pair with the reds and the greens. I believe you could use this one if you need a Christmas card. All right, so that's cleaned up. And we can put, this one's Many Blessings. So we're needing that guy. Put this back. He's not ready. He's done. You guys like that, how everything is a he? All my stamps are he's. All right. And this guy can go here. And we need our dots. So Quiet Meadow, in case you guys don't know what that looks like. This is Quiet Meadow. It carried over from the last one of the annual catalogs, and now it's still in the annual catalog. So there's the little splotchies that we're going to use. And we need this guy done and flop this guy over here. All right, now I think we're set. Let's do these little bits of gluing. So let's flip these over. So I just know that they have to go back like this, right? So this is the back side. It's okay. Like that wild wheat. Like I don't mind wild wheat. Now that we're into fall, wild wheat is a really pretty color for leaves. All right, so then this one, it's going to go on this side over here. So make sure you have the same margin on the top, the bottom, and the left. And then this one, make sure you have the same margin on the top, the bottom, and the right, like that. All right, and then our arm only gets glue on the back. Definitely a great fall card, yes. Yeah, a Thanksgiving card, I would say more than a Christmas card, but I think it could pass for either one. If you need a birthday card, if you have a friend who has a birthday, I'm just going to center this. I'm going to make sure the flush side where the fold is, I'm going to make sure that's nice and flush here because I can always trim the bottom if I need to. Or I can kind of center it like I'm a hair short on the bottom here. I can always wiggle this one down just a hair and center it better. All right, so there's that. Now let's just test our reds because I think I actually popped up the top red, but I have the other red flat. So these are the same size. And so we are gonna, let's just get rid of some pieces, you guys. We're gonna glue one on the inside right away. So that can go in here. Like that. And then on this one, I did pop it up. And I did the vanilla flat is what I did. And I'm so excited because at this moment, you are my destiny. We can use up a sheet of dimensionals. So let's call this one finished and see what else we have here in our caddy. Little guys, hot mess on the side here. All right, we're gonna just use this up so that I don't have that hanging. And I think I have another sheet right here. So close to finishing it. Let's just use some of those. Now this is gonna get popped up. You guys, nobody really sees underneath here anyways. All right, so this one's gonna go on the top here. I think it's crooked, and I just pushed it all down. So we're gonna try to shimmy this bottom side over a hair. There. All right, now the inside has, oh, that little guy, okay. And we have, all right, so we need espresso ink, so let's grab that. And we're gonna stamp our pears on our scrap here. Let's get those guys done. It's nice that they are now taking the middle out because sometimes you would get a halo. Perfect, okay, like it. And it says, wishing you many blessings. So let's get that on here. And we're going to practice first though. So if you guys are just tuning in, or you tuned in as we started making cards, just know that I did show off the Fun Folds cards early. I'm gonna get them photographed now. And how high are, or better maybe here. I'm gonna get them photographed and I'll have Kelly make, oh nice, the cover photo for me so that we can get the event updated. So in case you guys wanna see the Fun Folds, you're gonna be able to go back to the beginning of this video and see it there. All right, so we're gonna flip this guy out and we need this one back. And the inside has that. So we're done with the brown. You guys, if you have a sentiment to stamp on the inside, definitely go for it. And we're gonna grab our old olive here. Okay, so these pears are gonna go something like this. And we have to kind of visualize, hi Maria Gilbertson. We have to kind of visualize where this is gonna go because they're actually stamped in the background. So I'm gonna guess something like that. And then I'm gonna guess just something like that. And then we're gonna hope that that's good. So we're gonna leave it at that for now. And then we also need that on the inside. And again, I'm gonna do it on the left-hand side because it curves up that paper nicely. And we're gonna do one more. Let's see if I get that little leaf on there. Perfect, okay. Stamp off, let's stamp this one off. Then what's left are our little splotchies. Guys, I have a hard time with white space or like negative space. It's okay, it's fine when it's fine, but when, you guys, I don't know if this has ever been used. That might be the first time that was opened. But when it needs something, it needs splotchies or Stella-ing or something. And so that's where the splotch stamp comes in. Now, if you don't have this splotch stamp, you could also take your Stella pen and dip it in some ink and splatter it. And we're gonna do that on the next card. So if you're not sure what I mean, just hang tight, I'll show you on the next card. So now this at first strength is too dark, way too dark. Then second strength is just right. So we're gonna make sure we don't forget to stamp off here. And we're gonna put some of this splotchy there. Stamp off, a little splotch there. Stamp off, and I've got it kind of curving like that. Stamp off, we're gonna kind of go up the edge there. And we're gonna do a little bit right through the middle. This actually had a nice curve to it that it followed really good. So we just got rid of some negative space. Now that isn't something that you like to do. Completely forget the step. Don't do it at all. Guys, I always tell you, it's your card. You can do whatever you want. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. All right, so we're done with our splotchies. And we're gonna clean this right away. And then we might as well clean these guys off. Because once you use your chamois, they will always forever have ink on them. That's just how it goes. You rinse them underneath the tap water, and that helps to get the ink out, but they kind of stay stained. All right, so these guys are pretty much ready to go, but I'm not going to glue this down in case I put my pears down and I'm not happy with it. But this one, you guys, we can flip him over. Hi, buddy. Hello, hello, hello. Nothing to see here, officer. Keep her moving. Guys, I heard that. I had to protect my glue. Otherwise, he would have got gluey pads on his paws there. All right, so that guy goes here. Where are you going to go? There's nowhere to go over there. Kind of got it partitioned off. Keep her moving. Come on. All right, so we are going to color our pear. He's like a bulldozer, you guys. He just goes wherever he wants. These colors now are going to be slightly different. We can put back, I believe, almost all of these, and we're going to grab Old Olive. So in here, we have Old Olive, Daffodil Delight. Well, that'll be the same, Daffodil. So I believe that this daffodil went there. Garden Green came from over here. And the blue came from here. Coral came from here. And Granny Apple came from there. So we need the crushed curry, though. So in this one, there's a crushed curry. And you guys, it looks like brown poop. But this is, if you look at it, it says crushed curry. So you need crushed curry, Daffodil Delight, and Old Olive for these coloring. And you can start with the Old Olive. And same thing here. So let's zoom in a little so you can see the whole coloring process. I'm going to go a little bit darker on some of the veins here. Not too hard, though, that you break the pencil tip. And then you can use... So having the silicone mat underneath provides a really smooth surface for coloring. You get less streaky pencil mark, I think. My countertop here has like the texture to it, so you would get that texture when you color. So that's why it's great. Thank you to Rose Coleman. I watched her. She used the silicone mat a lot. So she taught me to use the silicone mat. All right, then I'm going to use the crushed curry. I'm going to go around the edges more with crushed curry, darker, like this. So pears have different tones in them, right? So we're going for a yellow pear here. If you go outside the line, you can take an eraser and try to erase it. Oops, whoa, that got way out. Oops. All right, then don't worry, most of that's gonna get cut off. So it looks like it's a little, oh, you guys, so here's what this looks like, right? That's what I'm going for. A nice golden pear here. So up here then too, we're gonna bring in some of the crushed curry. Tigger crossing times 2, yep. And now he's patiently looking out the window for a squirrel, his little squirrel buddy. All right, so there we've got the crushed curry. Now we're gonna bring in some daffodil. And I'm gonna go over the crushed curry. You can see that like that middle section has like the lines to it. Don't worry about that. Now, if you don't want to use colored pencils, you guys, you could definitely use your Stampin' Blends. Stampin' Write markers are questionable. You might get streakiness with them, but I'm going to do one more coat over the top there. So you can see that that's a little bit darker than that one. And now I'm going to do one more over the top. And then we're going to do our green here first. Just test that. And see how this smooths out nicely. Very cool. And then this one. Just like that. So that smoothed out really nice. Now get that green out of here. You definitely don't want green in your yellow. All right, now watch how this pear comes together. Super cool. Okay, let it have a second. Don't keep going over it. But let's get this side going. I like to twist things. Hi, Carol. Coming in late. You're loving the colors. Yay. So it stays a little bit darker with that crushed curry on the side here. Take that blender pen. Try to mix that color around. Be careful though. The more of this solution that keeps getting put on here, you want to make sure it doesn't get pilly on you. There we go. Hi, Jeannie Parker. How is it going with Amanda down in Florida? I saw a picture of you on a jet plane going down south, girlfriend. All right. There's our pear. Do they look good enough to eat, you guys? They look really nice to me. I would love to take a bite out of one of them. All right, so we're gonna make sure we get this yellow out of here because the yellow in there is not gonna be good mixed with a different color. So make sure you clean that out really nice. All right, so that's what we've got. Daffodil mixed with curry and then the old olive. Now, again, there was no magic of TV, and you could take your scissors and fussy cut, or if you have the dies, you could die cut them out here. So we've got this one right here. Grab that piece of tape back. Better late than never, Jeannie Parker. All right, so this guy gets put on here just like so. So when you think you got one side, go to the other side and then go back. It's like, look right, like when you're crossing the street, look right, left, right. So you make sure that you didn't miss it when you first looked. All right, so there's that. And we're gonna grab the machine back, the Mini Boss. And that moved, so make sure that that's back on track. Cool. Move this out of the way. Again, if you don't have the dies or you're not using the set, what else do you have to use that would work to put on here? I mean, you could have, if you wanted to keep it simple, you guys, you could have just stamped right onto here and avoided doing anything else. You could have put your big focal image on here. You could have used that vanilla piece that used the pear to cut a sentiment strip out to add to it. So lots of different things. So let's just see here. That is like right about there. I'm good with that. So you've got a little bit of the greenery coming out and we're gonna put our bow right there. So this will get popped, or glued, I mean. She is picking out a lot of Stampin' Stuff. Yay, we made it over, oh, you made over 75 cards already in the last 3 days. I love it. Did you get a hold of Stampin' Up for the paper pumpkin subscription that you were trying to figure out? Because I know you said that you have a 12-month that you're trying to add. So hopefully you were able to get a hold of Stampin' Up to help you figure that out. We're gonna put just 2 dimensionals at the bottom here. And, oh, I kept picking at that. That's actually a hole. And then we're gonna put glue at the top. You guys, this is where I like to do 2 different types of adhesive, dimensional and then flat. So this is gonna go right about here. And then we're gonna grab the bow maker, you guys. So if you're looking for a bow maker, my friend from Johnsburg makes them. I used to babysit for him, for his 2 boys back in the day. And he loves to do woodworking. And so if you're looking for bow makers, I have them. I could mail them out in your next package. I made all your bows though for you guys. I did a double bow. But this is how you do it in case you don't know. You take a piece of ribbon or twine and I wrapped it around twice. So boom, boom. Okay, so 2, because we have 2 bunny ears on each side. And then you cross them. So this is actually the back and this is the front. And you cross them. And then I go up and over and under. Bring both tails to the back. And then you make the knot in the back here. All right, and so now I've done that for you guys. But if you are wanting to make amazing bows, Carol Alanis just got her very first bow maker and she said she's been loving making bows. So I'm so excited that she's got a bow maker now. And then I leave the nails in and I just set it off to the side. Mary Sykes made it and my first creative escape just arrived. Yay! A few minutes ago. I hope you have fun playing with all your new toys and goodies. You got lots of fun stuff in your escape box. You guys, I held on. Well, actually, I didn't hold on. I didn't hold on. So I had somebody signed up twice, right, is what happened for the escape. I had somebody signed up twice. It happens. I figured it out after the fact, and now I have a box left over. So in case anybody is still wanting to get in on the autumn creative escape, I said to myself, well, I have one box, I'm going to wait to make sure everybody's boxes arrive. Boxes arrive to them safe and sound. As long as the United States Postal Service does not do me and you guys wrong that are waiting for boxes, I have one left over. But I said to myself, if for any reason a box arrives damaged and stuff gets like not arriving to people, I have that one. But you guys, I have a waiting list of one person that I need to find that wants to have my last autumn creative escape box. It has the 9 make and takes, access to the Facebook group, your attendance gifts, like 5 of them, and homemade cookie. I mean, it's at the point where my mom made them last week Monday, so like I'm sure they taste amazing yet, but in case anybody still was like on the fence, it's time to get off and let me know because your splinters from being on that fence probably hurt. But I do have one escape box left. And Shirley Vanderbloomer, I have one for you, and then I still have the one. So you guys, I'm gonna just trim my tails here. I added my bow using a glue dot. Oh, Amanda wants it. Jeannie Parker. All right. Then that was easy. So I'm so excited. Amanda's going to love it. Okay, perfect. Well, then you guys, I don't have a wait. Like, so Amanda's got it as long as I don't need it to ship to somebody. I don't have any escape boxes left that I know of, unless Shirley Vanderbloomer tells me that she doesn't want a box. So, but I'm pretty sure she will want it. All right. So pearls, you guys, we're using the peacock ones here. You got 2 big and a small. And now figure out where they will work. On this one, I put them in the center of the flower and the center of that flower. Now, this little guy would look good in the middle of that flower. And if you have another small one, you could put it in the center of that flower. And then you have something left. Where could we put it? And I feel like that one's missing one right there. And I still have one left here. All right, so Jeannie Parker, I did see that. Amanda wants it. I'm going to just put that right there on the middle of the leaf. So we have, yeah, it's like just... I don't know. I like it. I just was happy with this one. Again, that's my favorite DSP from this pack of paper. So on it, the pears went really great with it. I was just so happy with how this one turned out. So what could you Stella? You guys could definitely Stella up the designer series paper on this one. I don't Stella over the top of when I do, I don't know where I'm putting my cards, but I guess right here. I don't usually Stella over the top of when I use blender pens, but you guys could definitely Stella your flowers here. So Jeannie Parker, we need to see if is Amanda ready to get signed up? I know you were going to talk to her about becoming a demonstrator on your team, or a discount shopper, I should say, on your team. That would be amazing if she does that while you're down there too. Get that all squared away. And let me know if you need help with anything. All right, so there we go. You guys, we've got these 2 cards done. We have one more to go. And I think I saved my favorite for last. Oh, no, there's that. Okay, so this one I believe is my favorite, and it's this guy. Now, this one is like, I don't know, it's like the acorns and the leaves are so much fun for me here. So, and this is probably the easiest one out of all of the cards, you guys. And then we have the inside has a little acorn on the bottom. All right, so let's get this one situated. We have here, let's put our colored pencils away and see if I can remember where I got everything now. I'm pretty sure that that one came from there. Crushed curry went there, and daffodil must go here. We need, I'm thinking, crushed curry again. We're gonna pull out pumpkin pie. And she wants to do it today. Yay, excited. We have a new Be Happy stamper, and I can send her a little sticker. I love it. I love it. All right, we also need Cajun Craze. So let's see, Cajun Craze is, do we have a Cajun? Yes, Cajun Craze is in this one. So we need Cajun Craze. I think those will be the colors, and a yellow. We'll do yellow too. And we need espresso is in this one. So let's grab the espresso. All right, that's what we need for those colors. And all right, in your kit, we have here a pecan pie base. And you just need to burnish it. Keep this one horizontal, you guys. All right, and then you have 2 peacock mats. One's for the outside, one's for the inside. Your designer paper goes right about there. We have, so this is that natural ribbon that is a hot commodity right now. That's out of stock. You have your little white mat that goes here. You have a little strip that goes here. And you have your innie and your innie mats here. And let's do our stamping first this time. How about it? How about it? All right, we should be done with the dies, you guys, because this one got stamped right on the mat here. And the one thing I always try to do before I put dies away is I just verify the count. There's a number right here, so that says 12. It's really small. I'm sorry, it's so small. And then so I just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So before I put this in here and store it away, I'm like, okay, well, I'm good. All my dies are on here. I didn't accidentally lose one, and it's like laying on the floor. I am super excited. There's some Indian corn on here, you guys. I like this tri-colored corn. You could do whatever you want, but I could see me having 3 of those and putting a bow with it and having some Indian corn. I just think that would be adorable on a card. We are done here with this one right here. And we're done with our pears are already used and cleaned and put away. We need grateful here. And we need this little guy, and we can put this one. Okay, so I think we used every stamp in this set. Okay, we can put that guy there. And the little dots can go here. So we're done with the quiet meadow. All right, so you guys, we're gonna do it opposite here. You're gonna have to order the set. Yeah, isn't it pretty? Like, look at this again. Like, so pretty, and the dies to go with it. Like, they got the 2 little acorns. They got leaves in here. They've got that really pretty foliage. Then there's the husks here for the corn. Love it. Very pretty. The sentiments are very, like, the font is really pretty too. All right, for this one, you guys, we're gonna do our stamping first, just because we can do it that way. We're gonna get our stamping done, and then we'll be able to put this guy together. All right, so we need here the mat here, and we need a peacock ink. And we're gonna stamp some of these. That's the back. We used it as a background stamp. It's really hard to see it, but let me show you up close here. You can see it stamped back there as a background stamp. So we need pretty peacock. So just a reminder for those of you that are doing the escape with me or did the escape with me, oh, the Indian corn. So Becky just wrote the Indian corn would be cute coloring with different alcohol blends on vellum and having that shine through the back. I definitely agree. Definitely agree. So a reminder, you guys, I'll be live at 1 p.m. tomorrow in my Creative Escape group, the Autumn Creative Escape group. So if you're part of that group, we have a private class for you guys at 1 p.m. Central. We're going to make all 9 of the make and takes in one fall swoop. This girl's going to have to go to the bathroom like when we're done. I know it already. I'm like, don't drink a lot of water before we do class. All right, and then we're going to do one over here. Fill that in. And then we're going to do the leaves this way to kind of fill in this corner up here. And then we need to do something over here, a leaf right there. All right, all I did was stamp that a few times back there to just, again, you guys, negative space. I'm not so good with it, so I like to add, and by making it like the same color, the peacock, it's there, but it's very subtle. Like, it doesn't take away from the focal part of the card there. The inside, you could do this on the inside, but there is this cutesy little acorn right here, and we actually are going to use that in early espresso. And put that right in the corner here in this. Oh, you guys saw I almost went for the peacock. So we're gonna just put a little acorn right there. Cute, I'm good with that. Just a wee little one. And then we need, this is the grateful for you. And I don't know if it's gonna be straight or not. So let's just see. Oh, it's not so bad. All right, let's see if I can do it straight on here. And we're gonna put that right there. Okay, it's a little high, so I'm going to flip it around here, and we're going to move it down just a hair. So I go tomorrow, not tomorrow, actually at noon, you guys, at noon on Wednesday. I head back to where I used to work at Wells Vehicle Electronics here in Fond du Lac. They started up my card making classes. I used to teach card making classes when I worked there over the lunch hour once a month. And I started my classes again last month, and so we're making this card, and I just thought of it right now. We're making this card at Wells, so they have Wells Wednesday. People got to be in the office generally on Wednesday, so we're doing card making class there, and this is the card that we're doing. So right before I went live, I saw I've got to make about 10 more kits of this specific card up for class on Wednesday. So we're going to clean this, you guys, because we just stamped this in Peacock, but we now need to stamp it in Early Espresso. So I get to go on my lunch hour on Wednesday and teach card making class to my previous coworkers. All right, they were waiting to get back into the card making again. So, all right, we're gonna stamp this one in Early Espresso. And we've got these leaves kind of like something like that, I guess. All right, I'm good with that. Stamp off a couple times here, and I think we're done with brown. We're not done with peacock because I just realized that we splattered it, and we're going to do that after we're done coloring. All right, and I just realized that that is why we have this. Okay, I just remembered it. Okay, we created a mask out of this. This is one that we originally started using this in here, and we're like, that doesn't go. Those leaves don't look good at all. So then we switched it to be a fall transition leaf, right? But we use this to cover over the top because we splattered that with a little bit of blue ink, and we didn't want our leaves to get splattered. So that's what that's for. All right. But you guys, I feel like I'm in the mood for getting a little bit of stuff glued down so that we have less stuff floating around. So we can get this one and this one. And let's just test this really. Oh, Mary Sykes, I did get your retro swaps. I emailed about it yesterday. You guys, for the retro swap, the cards are due this Saturday. And yesterday morning, I went through and logged everybody who sent cards to me. And the email went out, I don't know, maybe it was noon, maybe it was 2. So it was not the morning. It was probably the lunchtime area. And so, Mary, if you go into that email I sent yesterday, and if for any reason you didn't get it, check your spam folder. I have in there anybody who returned or already sent in their cards. I logged it. So we're going to set that over there and highlighted you with a yellow. So just so you know that you would be able to see that file. And I got your money for the postage. And yay. So this is going in here, you guys. This one is going here. Now this is one where too you could make this a Thanksgiving card. You could put Happy Thanksgiving in here. And then this one. And you know what? There's a new stamp set. This guy goes here. And then we're going to flip this over and grab our tear and tape. So yeah, so the retro swap party, you guys, isn't till October 22nd. So alert, alert, alert. Anybody who's doing the retro swap with me, though, the cards are due this Saturday. We're swapping them out early next week so that they can get back in the mail to you so that you have your cards for when we actually have the party, which is completely different than what we did it last year. Last year we swapped out during the party, and Tammy Sokolic had the idea of swapping out beforehand so that you guys have the lovely cards to look at while we're having the party. So, which is super cool. And then we don't have to go through the work of swapping during the party. All right, so you guys, again, I put my tear and tape on the back, and then I can visually see from the front, make sure it's straight. Flip that over, catch the tear and tape, make a little tear and tape sandwich here. And then you can pick off the tear and tape. And let's get this glued down to the front. Yeah, there's probably about, out of 40 people, I think maybe 10 people have already gotten their cards in already, which is awesome. So this goes right on the front. So here's peacock with pecan. Very pretty combination here with that natural ribbon. And then this one's going to go here. And this guy, you guys, all I did is peakied the end here so that it kind of fits right in that nook right there. So let's just go like that. And like that. Try to keep it even. If it's not even, it's okay. And this will eventually go like right about something like that. Okay, so this is ready to go. We just need to do coloring again. So we're back to our colored pencils here. Now the brown, let's start with brown, it's easy. All right, I'll zoom in a little bit again so you guys can kind of see the coloring here. I'm gonna go a little bit heavier on my acorn tops. So I'm just thinking I can leave all of this stuff out because I We'll be needing it Wednesday. All right, then I'm gonna go lighter here. Now you could also use, I think, pecan pie, because I just realized that there's a blend in here that's actually pecan pie. Of course, you guys, I put those in the other way. So you could even mix espresso with a little pecan if you want a little more of a chestnut looking color. You can mix and match your colors. All right, so that's, okay, we're leaving this out. We're putting pecan back. Now for our leaf. All right, there's a lot of color action going on in here. It's a nice autumn leaf. So let's try crushed Cajun craze first. And let's add a little bit of Cajun to the middle area here. Just like that. And we're gonna do the same thing over here. This guy's getting to the point too, where he can need a little help. Sharpen him. Thanks, Nedra. All right, just a reminder, you guys, I do have 7 of this class left. If you were on the fence about it and that you wanted to see what's needed or how to make the cards. And then we're gonna tie in a little pumpkin. So let's do a little pumpkin. Let's get a little pumpkin pie in here. Let's just go back and forth. And then we're gonna do a little crushed curry. And I'm bringing it out even further every time. And we're gonna hopefully not have a hot mess when we're done. And then I think we'll end with a little bit of daffodil. And the daffodil will brighten that up just a little bit on the edges. Just like that. Jeannie Parker, Tyler got your card in the mail, and you made him laugh out loud when you wrote in there that you appreciated him changing the toilet paper for all the ladies. He's like, how did she know to write that in the card? He had no idea. Like, it was just, I'm gonna do a little bit of yellow over everything here too. So I know this doesn't look so hot right now. But watch it. This is the before, and then there's an after coming right next. Okay, so we're gonna do the brown first though, just because, again, I'm gonna make sure there's no yellow in here. So I'm gonna do the light brown first, and then we'll do a little bit of the dark brown. And so he laughed out loud, and then he put the card on the windowsill, so he was really happy. You made him laugh really out loud. And then his eyes are like, it was just funny. So, and thank you for your card that you sent me. And Naomi Worrell, I got your card as well. All right, now let's see how this magic is gonna happen here, you guys. I'm gonna start at the bottom, like this point here, and work my way out. We're gonna see what happens here. And hopefully that smooths out. And then I'm gonna bring it out to the edges. Okay, good there. And then I'll wipe out a little bit because I don't wanna have all that brown in here, but now we're gonna do the same thing here. And it just makes it like a nice golden fall leaf that's ready to fall off the tree and go into the road or the ditch. There we go. And that was those 3 different colors mixed together. So you guys got a lot of coloring 101 here. He got a good laugh. He definitely did. All right, so we got this, and I think I'm gonna just go one more swooshy over this. And then if you really want to, you could even take a little bit more Cajun and complete with cat fur. It doesn't really do much because at the moment it's a little bit damp, so the color is not going, but I'm just kind of lightly making this all a little bit more red in it. Okay, perfecto changeo. So we're gonna save these things out for class on Wednesday. Now, splattering, you guys. So this little guy right here, he's gonna save us so that we don't get splatter everywhere. And we need to grab a piece of paper and a piece of paper and zoom out so you can see what's going on. So we're gonna, so again, white space, you guys. Negative space to me. Like, okay, so it would be fine, right? It would be fine if this was like that. It would still be good, right? Because that's probably how the card looks to you. But when you get it up close, you can see I've got little bits of splatter on here. And that's what we're going to do. So we're going to get that card out of the way. And we're using a mask because I don't want splatters all up in my leaves and my acorn though. All right, so we're just going to set this like that so that I'm not going to tape it down or glue it. I just want to leave it kind of hanging right there. And we need to grab the pecan pie. And we need to grab a block. And you only need a little bit. So that's it, you guys. Look at that. I just put a little teeny tiny amount of ink on that block. And then what you're going to do is grab your water painter. Drop a drop of water on here. That's all you're using from this. I just put one teeny tiny drop. Grab your Stella pen. Grab your bone folder. And you're going to dip your Stella pen. I'm going to drag the ink a little bit out so it's not so full of ink. And you're just going to splatter now. And I need a little bit more. It goes everywhere, you guys. I promise it does. So, and I'm just going to zoom in so you can kind of see. Oh, there, you can kind of see the splatters there. I don't want to move my paper, but I want to get, like, it doesn't go where you want it to right away. So you kind of got to get a feel for which way it's flopping. But you can kind of see it's going on everywhere. And you can flip it. So there's a little spot up there maybe that I'd love to get. There. But you see, it goes everywhere. It's all the way up. You guys, it's all the way up here. Okay? So, like, it's on my little sticker. Right over here. It's all over, like, the sticker. And that was way up there. All right? You got to definitely take... Now, to clean out your pen, yes, you could wipe it like that. But you could also take this and potentially... I don't know. I wouldn't do it in there because you're going to see it. So I went underneath where it's not going to be, like, this covers that up. So I would just wipe this out and just be done with it. That's why we added water to it. So you didn't have to squeeze more Stella out. But you're definitely going to want to not have that the pretty peacock in there. All right. Wonderful. So that's that. And... we're done with the Stella pen. I'm trying to find the cover. Right there's the cover. And this can get saved and used for something later. So I definitely am always going to save this little guy and put it back in with the stamps because he can be used whenever we need to do something like splattering like that. All right, so let's get this cleaned up. I did, Mary. If I said pecan pie, I meant peacock. And I don't even know, but I know I caught myself one time and I almost said pecan. But I think if you're referring to whatever, I used pretty peacock there for the splattering, you guys, not pecan. So that's very possible that I said that wrong. I knew that it was or pecan and pr. You know what I mean? Peacock and pecan. So yes, if I said that wrong, I am so sorry, you guys. All right. I feel like there's one more stamp. It's this guy right here. I really had not planned to purchase this set, but now I really think I have to have it, Carol says. You guys, I'm so sorry to have you have to make that decision now, Carol. But when somebody says something like that to us, we always say, well, then our work here is done. We showed you a set and the potential use of it. And then you can now make an educated or wise decision of, do I want it or don't I want it? Now that you've actually seen it in use. Right? That happens a lot where you're in the catalog and you're like, oh man, it's not really pretty. But then all of a sudden you see something and it's like, oh man, is that cool? All right, so we're going to add a few dimensionals to the back of this mat right here. And then that gets popped up and put. Now, I actually am going to put this on here first because I want to make sure I put this right in the middle of this. I want it kind of, so there's a little empty spot there that I'm like, oh, that will look really good right here. All right, so I got that attached because you guys can see the card here. So we got that attached. Now we also need to put some dimensionals on this little label like that. And now we're ready to plop this down on the front. My goal was to get it between the ribbon so you're not covering up all the ribbon, because it's nice to see the ribbon, but now that's a little high. So I think I might move this. So what happened is I think I stamped, it looks identical to me, but for some reason, oh, I know why. Well, there you go, you guys. Okay. I was like, gosh, I feel like I stamped this exactly in the same spot. But you know what I just realized? I put this ribbon up higher than this one. So, okay, if that's the case, I don't know if it's going to work for me to actually pull this out and move it down. Let's see, you guys. So if that's the case, let's see. Let me just see if I can pull it out. Because if it's possible to pull that out, you guys, I'm going to move it. Because I really like it down lower. Okay, so this is called card surgery, you guys. You are surgeons when it comes to card making. So we're pulling this one out. That's why. It's okay, you guys. It's still going to be good. Hang on. Okay, so that's pulled out. Now, we're going to just do a little bit of finagling here, you guys. It's okay. Don't worry. Hi, Angelique. We're doing card surgery right now. Okay, so we got that pulled up. I want it down lower, and I remember that now. So we're going to put the tear and tape back down right there. And you guys don't laugh at me because I'm picky. And you might be too. So if you're waiting to put your card together, just know, if you wanted a measurement, we are about 1 1/4 from the bottom here. So we're going to put this now, and it's going to fit right about there. Okay, so we're okay, you guys. Now I'm going to sneak some little, this is where a pokey tool comes in handy. We're going to put a glue dot right there. Okay, so there's that one. And then the other side is going to be the harder side to do this. But I think it's going to be okay. So, see that? Now that, oh, that's going to be perfect. Okay. Now you're like, well, can she pull it off on the other side? I don't know. Let's hope that we can make this happen over here. So I'm going to put a little bit of tear and tape. Okay, we got to do the ruler action. This little ruler is going to wedge in here. Lift this up. Let's put our tear and tape in here. I'm going to put it right on the pecan. And then I'm going to prep the top with a glue dot already up here. See, this is where that tear and tape sandwich, or like the glue dots here, are going to help hold this. This goes right there. Now, the trick is going to be, you guys, to get this across the front and tuck our tails in here and put it flat. Oh man, that wasn't so complicated. I like it. Mikey likes it. All right. All right. Did you guys just see what happened there? We fixed it. Not that it was wrong, right? It was definitely okay. But I really wanted to have this come through the middle like this. So that'll come through like that. Get that guy down like this. And now you can twist that so it's straight, because we have just a glue dot holding it. And then that can go down like that. Now, for extra support, right now, this ribbon is kind of flippy-floppy right here. What you could do is put a little tear and tape down in there. You can just kind of pull that right like that. Grab your pokey tool, pick that up, and then now press that down. And now you've got some structure and stability there. Whew, Joe says great cards. Good, 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 good. For a minute there, I thought we were going to have a cardiac arrest on the table here with this card, but I think we're okay. All right, put our little scrapperonis away. All right, now we have embellishments left. Oh man, I think I messed up. I think, okay, what did I do here? Let's think here. We have 3 colors of gems, and I gotta find them. What colors do you guys have in your, because I use peacock there, but I don't think I don't honestly know. Let's see here. Oh, gold. Okay. I get what I did. hang on. We didn't use peacock on this one. We used peacock over here. Guys, this is called robbing Peter to pay Paul. So we're robbing Peter's card here, putting the peacock back on here, and now we use gold on this one. So let's grab our gold ones. We'll put a big gold there. We'll put a little gold, because the gold really did match with this Pear card. So we got gold, and then we'll grab one more gold over there. So we got that back on track. I was like, wow, I don't have peacock left. We just used it. I don't know if anybody noticed that. Patty would not dare to try that. Oh, huh? You are awesome. Huh? Thank you. Like, the only reason I knew I could do that is because I had tear-in tape that I could pull the ribbon out. And you guys, one of the things is I don't put glue all the way to the edge. I generally, if you notice what I do is I glue, and I'm about 3/8 of an inch in. So that allows me to do something like I just did. Okay, so we have boom, boom, boom. This guy is that card. This one is, I think, can go here, and then we need this to go back there. So those are my samples. All right, so these are what we did today, you guys. Whew, you guys made me work for it at the end there. Wow, I almost thought but so now you guys, so this is a perfect lead or segue into, some people say like that they watch me make and they work on other things. So if you're newer to me and making cards, a lot of people will watch me make the cards, see how I do it, and then they'll know how to make them later when they go to make them. And they usually are doing something else while they're watching. I don't know of there's not a lot of people that I know that are actually like, well, maybe Deanne Estelle, because she stamped ahead. She put her cards together. But this is the perfect example where you might not have known. I thought it was in the middle, but it's actually down a little bit. So, and that helped for that to go right through the middle. So watching and then putting them together later is always a great idea. So hi, Darrell. Whew, you guys. Okay, did you have a favorite? Like, these are what we have for you. We have our fall and our end of summer card. All using the Blooming Pearls. All we're using the Garden Walk designer paper. All featured the Fruitful Blessings stamp set, and actually the bundle, because we use the dies. You don't have to use the dies though. Threw in a little Quiet Meadow. You guys, if you're tuning in late, just know I shared all the Fun Folds cards at the beginning or near the beginning of class. I think, oh man, it's 3 o'clock. Okay, we're gonna do, I was like, I try to keep this class down to 2 hours. We are going to do a little baby drawing for a door prize winner and see who gets themselves a little door prize. Let me just honor me, guys. I have Jenna Helms, you're number 1. Debbie Guest, you're watching, number 2. Vicky Rodriguez, you're 3. Carla Lake, you are 4. Laura Sullivan, you are number 5. Lynn Beasley, you are number 6. I don't know if I have your order. Oh yeah, you just placed your order. I got it, yep. Number 7 for Cindy Runtree. Anna Schaffer, you are number 8. And Amy Ponce, you are number 9. So we're gonna do a little random number generator. You guys, when you place orders to get the class for free, then I put your name in for a drawing because I end up with extra products at the end of like a catalog cycle, and I like to give away things. So, all right, we're gonna get random number generator, and I think our magic number is 9. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. Okay, so perfect. Let's flip this down. We're gonna put in number 9, and then I'm gonna hit the word generate, and it's gonna tell us a number. So 1, 2, 3, drum roll. Brrr, number is number 8. 8 is Anna Schaffer. Yay, Anna. Awesome sauce. All right, so Anna, I will include a door prize in the next class that you get from me. Yay, awesome sauce. Okay, we did good, you guys. If I missed anything or responding to anybody that asked a question, you guys, you know, you can always reach out to me on my email address, my phone number. You can call me anytime. If I don't catch it, text me or follow up because I don't always listen to messages like daily. It's usually weekly. But just reach out to me if you need help with anything. I will be live tomorrow at 1. You guys, we're going to do the private class for the escape. And I'll be live at 1 Central. And we're going to make all 9 cards together from the beginning to the end. And that will be good. And then you guys, on Thursday night at 6 p.m. Central, we have Them Bones card class. I believe I have 1 left, maybe. So I have to get through my emails since yesterday morning because I know that one signed up yesterday, and I think I might have had one left going into today. But if you want to check with me about them bones, don't hesitate to reach out. But just know I don't have any, like, by the time I have class on Thursday night, I'm sure I will have none left. So so that's what we've got in store for you on Thursday. And you guys, I just published on Friday, we're going to do the kit class at, I think, 11 a.m. Central. So we're going to do that Christmas Everywhere kit class. All right. Whew. I don't know. I think we did good. Patricia says she likes, Patty Wright says she likes the end of the summer one. Nice. All right, Darrell's going to catch the replay, you guys. All right, well, I will leave it at that, you guys. If you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. Lots of love and hug and sunshine to you guys. Make sure you get crafty today if you can, or clean the house, or make some dinner, or spend time with the family. Whatever it is, do something for you today to bring you some happiness and joy. Make cards, too, if you're Jeannie Parker and with Amanda. Keep working on those cards, you girls. All right, we'll see you later. Love you long time. I'll count to 10 just in case it ends early. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.